The time has arrived to door knock that beautiful permission you've had your eye on for some time. But are you prepared to save and share some history and possibly gain permission to detect that land? Many research techniques I use are the same used in family history research. How important is your own family history to you? Whether your family or a permission, what are you willing to do to save and share the history of that area? The enemy of history is time. How many generations have passed on since that home or farm was built? What is the history of that land? Was there a Native American presence on that possible permission at one time? Questions like these are applicable to your own family history as well. Have you spoken to the elders in the area or the elders in your family about the history? Have you looked for photos of homes lost to time or biographies written? Do this research and documentation before these elders' experiences are lost to time. Tonight's treasure hunting topic is twofold when it comes to the importance of saving and sharing history when treasure hunting, metal detecting, family history researching, or genealogy. In my years of historical research, I have seen a decrease when it comes to saving history for generations of the future. Historic landmarks and buildings are being torn down in the name of progress, a progress that amounts to a parking lot, a business, or a residential community. Once the demolition and building crews are done, that history is lost forever. Just like once your elders are gone, that audible history is silenced forever. But wait, you can save and share history, and we will discuss the ways. Welcome to Digging with Deej and my treasure hunting live stream most winter Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and intermittently through digging season. Please grab your beverage of choice and sit back and enjoy the show that is about to begin in approximately 1 minute. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Digging with Deej. It seems like it's been so long since we've enjoyed each other's company. I missed you guys. So let me scroll back. The first one in my house looks like Michigan Gems. Then Frederick Romano. There's Michigan Gems. Then was Frederick Romano. Cynthia Swearingen. Welcome back, everybody. Who is a member, a moderator, longtime subscriber, Cynthia is. Let's see. I got to meet Frederick Romano at the at the Come Out Swinging event. So let's see who else is in my house. Papa Rouse, What's in the Dirt, who's on later tonight, 9 o'clock. Bill, who is also a member, thank you very much. Audra, Jersey History Hunter, in my house who live streams immediately after me. Thank you for coming, Audra. I appreciate that. My sister, Technetics girl. Let's see. Steve of Starries Lost and Found. Thank you very much, Steve, a member. And thank you for the shout out about the live stream tonight. Let's see. Yellow Shirt Dad. If you're having a rough day, you need to go check out this guy's channel. He has jokes. So check it out if you need a laugh, if you're having a rough day and need a laugh. Thank you for coming. John O'Brien, all the way from Queensland, Australia. Welcome, John. Welcome back. PA Relic Hunters, Dave and the crew, who I got to meet at Come Out Swinging. Welcome back, Dave, if this is Dave. Let's see, still scrolling. Let's see, we got 14 in the house so far. Dirt Clod Metal Detecting, who goes by the name of Patty. I have to think because, you know, my best digging buddy was Pull Tab Pam. So then I have to think, is it Pam or Patty? It's Patty. Okay, Javier Garcia. Welcome back, longtime subscriber. Still scrolling. The Bud Files. You guys had such an awesome cemetery walk. You guys, there aren't too many people that I know of that go to cemeteries, and I feel like it's important to do this. I need to do it more often. Our worst fear for all of us when we leave this earth is that we will be forgotten. Time has a way of making history disappear. And they do something that my friend Sandy does as well. The Bud Files does cemetery walks, recognizes the military, the men who, fought for our country, recognizes even the children in the cemetery, and they put a little toy down by the cemetery stone. It may sound corny to you, but Sandy has learned through her paranormal research and speaking to people that they're afraid of being forgotten. So I always try to go to the cemetery of the permissions, the homesteads, because I choose primarily farm fields, where there used to be a house or a farm itself that goes back to the 1830s, 50s. I like to go to the cemetery and pay my respects. So be sure to check out the Bud Files and check out the Sandy and Todd show. Sandy just did a cemetery walk in Baltimore, Maryland, and she tells the history of some of the people in that cemetery. And one of them is Edgar Allan Poe. And that's one grave I would like to visit when Jackson and I go on a trip. He's taking me on vacation just before Audra's event. And it's like the week or 2 weeks before Audra's event this August. And he's going to take me to Washington, D.C. because I've never seen Washington, D.C. before. And I want to go to that cemetery. And then we are driving to Gettysburg for the weekend. And we are going to be meeting up with Sandy of the Sandy and Todd show and her husband for one day. So I'm excited about that trip. So let's see who else is in the house. So be sure to check out the Bud Files and check out the Sandy and Todd show. The Sandy and Todd show, they're not videos. Once in a great while, they'll do a video. It's mainly a podcast, but it's great. You know, there's nothing on TV. Turn it on and have a listen. Okay, where are we? 19 in the house. Wow. Talca Detector. Welcome back. Here's Talca Detector. Let's see. Still scrolling. Tony, Fun with Dirt. Welcome back, Tony. He finds some amazing things too. Let's see. Still scrolling. Jimmy Cloak, longtime subscriber. Welcome back. Dragon Lady, welcome back, longtime subscriber. Let's see. Still scrolling. I thought I was going to have a co-host tonight, but Jeremy's daughter called. She's a nurse, and she had to work a longer shift. There's Marty is Nuts About Digging. Marty and Mark the Berg Hunter do a dual live stream on Thursday nights, just before Can You Dig It, Dawn and Shelley. Dragon Lady says, I love the old cemeteries. The stones have so much information. Yes, they do. And I thought I was caught up. Maybe I'm not. Still scrolling. Now I'm caught up. So I'm going to be flying solo again. For those of you that are new to my stream, American Woodland Relics just popped in. Paul and Belinda. Hello. Thank you for coming. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So the prayer list. I'm going to scroll through. I have not heard back from Cricket Mermaid Treasure Hunter how her dad's doing. Haven't heard any more from Uncle Al, oldies and goodies. I just know he's in rehab right now. The last I knew. Susie Q96 seems to be doing better. I think she had a live stream. A couple. And time's a ticking. It won't be long and she'll be in Michigan. So I know she's been having sales of jewelry and things like that, and coins maybe. I don't know. I think it was coins. I don't know if it was jewelry. Trying to raise the rest of the money she needs for the move up here. Because not only does she have to transport her belongings, but she has to pay the first and last month's rent. So, Chris, Treasure Trolls, Michigan in my house. Long time no see, dude. Running naked through chat. Welcome back, Chris. Chris Mike, we call him. Let's see. Julie Banshee Mining's been putting out more videos, so she's healing up pretty good from her broken leg. Rob of Rocky Mountain Light Prospecting. He's been putting out content too, and I've seen him in some live chat, so he's doing good. Let's see. There were several people, mainly Digging with Squeak family, who got sick with a stomach flu. I think Audra might have caught it too. They were down. They didn't get to enjoy the whole Come Out Swinging weekend, but most of it. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I believe they're doing better. I believe I watched a video. I watched their Come Out Swinging video, and I think they just uploaded another one today. So they're doing better. Let's see. Who else? Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Johnny Small Pepper in my house. How you doing, dude? Welcome back. So I had a blast at Come Out Swinging. Absolute blast. Meeting people that I've talked to, friends that I've made on YouTube over the last 5 years. It was a blast. Those that I didn't recognize were thoughtful enough to come up to me and introduce themselves. It was kind of hard recognizing people on Saturday because it was raining and we were all in rain gear and it was hard to tell who was who, you know. I was very fortunate. You normally don't find a whole lot it's more about the people that you get to meet at these events. But I was fortunate enough to dig a large cent and one of my top silver bucket listers. I got sat down finally after all these years. Hi, Mud Swat. Welcome back. So, still got them in my Ultimate Finds box. I don't know if you can see through there. There's my seeded quarter, 1858, and my 18... What year was this? 1844 large cent. And the one with the hole in it, I never knew. I thought I dug a Chinese coin. First, I thought it was a washer. Then I thought it was a Chinese coin. And I was shocked that there's a French coin with a hole in it. And many of the guy diggers, because I thought it was weird. Why would that be in that field? And they said, well, obviously, one of the people farming that field fought in either World War I or II and brought it home and just had it in their pocket and lost it. So I was real happy with that. So let me look at my itinerary because I'm a bit out of practice here. Oh, who's calling me now? Don't know the number. Let's see. So what did you guys think of the thumbnail? Can anybody tell me what that chimney went to? I know what it was. I'm just wondering if anybody noticed the thumbnail, the chimney in the background behind me in my thumbnail tonight. Can anybody tell me what that was to? What did it used to belong to? Just put a wild guess out there. Let's be thinking of that. And I'll tell you the answer in a moment. I did the world-class treasure hunters list. Okay. 20 in the house. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate that. I don't see any guesses yet. I'm thinking Dave, PA Treasure Hunters, might know what it was. We passed it on the way to the dig site, to the event site. It was on the right-hand side of the road. No, it's a huge, that's a huge chimney, isn't it? I don't see any answers yet. Well, I see. Nope, it wasn't to an orphanage. Rob, random in my house. No, Rob, it didn't go to a strip club. David, don't you rubberneck? I mean, it was plain as day out there. It doesn't matter. Sometimes you can find properties and gain permission, and they look like $1 million, and then they're duds. Future bleeps in my house. Both from across the pond, from England. Rob Random is from England, and Future Bleeps is from England. And I got to meet Spencer, Future Bleeps. So thank you so much for coming, Spence. So that chimney was to a summer kitchen behind a house. But there were fields on both sides of it. So you could see it coming both directions. Johnson Family Adventures in my house. Pick and Bean and Little Sprout. Welcome back. Hope you had a fun Easter. 23 in my house. Thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate that. And if you can hit the thumbs up, that would help me so much. So, our topic tonight is ways to save and share history. And I have ways to do this, whether you're a treasure hunter or not. Okay, so if you're just a supporter and you don't actually detect or bottle dig, or I have some things you can do as well to help save history. So, treasure hunting, metal detecting, bottle digging, magnet fishing, prospecting, arrowhead hunting, rock hunting, and more. Okay? You can save history doing these hobbies. All right? I encourage all of the above to promote saving history and mentoring the next generation of their particular hobby. Okay? Sometimes you take the kids out detecting, they find something cool, whether it's a seated hunt or not. Show them how to go online and research the history and find the story that that relic or coin has to tell. Hi, Marty is nuts about digging. I think I said hi already, but I don't want to miss anybody. What's that? Sweet Rob, which one did you get of the two? I just designed some new ones. Some new stickers? I still have some of your stickers, Future Bleeps. So I don't have any of Rob Random's. I think I gave away the last one about a month ago. So share your adventures treasure hunting with your friends and family. Show the passion that you have for the history and the importance of it. Okay? Yeah, some of your friends may not take you seriously, but when they start seeing what you're finding and seeing the history that you unravel and the story that each relic or coin has to tell, they might think twice about the importance of saving history. Now, not everybody comes from a family like mine. On my mom's side, there's some history saved on my dad's side, but not as much. But on my mother's side, I come from generations of teachers, okay? And they saw the importance of saving history, saving letters, documents, diaries. I mean, this is one of my grandmother's diary. It's a 5-year diary. It's 1943 and 44. Things like that. So don't be afraid to share your adventures with your friends and family. All right. Join a historical society to help bridge the gap between treasure hunting and historical societies and museums. Some of them are really stubborn and it takes years. Some of them welcome you with open arms. It's no different than door knocking a door and getting a yes or a no. There's no difference. Okay. Share your passion of metal detecting and bottle digging relics and the windows to the past that result in finding these artifacts and the stories that they tell from history. Share maps, research findings such as census records and more with permissions that you gain. And share the same info with prospective permission owners. So, for instance, my home-site of tragedy permission. I got a yes when I knocked on the door. And as I started detecting and finding items, I started researching. I went to the library, I printed out maps and that. I can't remember if I did census records or not, but they're available and I can always do that. So I shared those items with this property owner after I got started detecting, after I got the yes. Then when you door knock neighbors, you can say, oh yeah, I've been detecting so-and-so's farm. These are the kinds of things that we found. This is the kind of history that we unraveled. I made them copies of maps showing that farm, in the 1870s or whatever year it happens to be, and whatever records you gave them in that. And if they say no, make sure you have a little card made up with your name, what, metal, and write metal detectorist on there, and your phone number. Because sometimes they're going to want to check you out without you being there, and call there, because all the farmers know each other, okay? And they may say, well, I had so-and-so come to approach me. Do you know them? And they'll say, oh, yeah. Well, she said that she's found this, 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 this. You might get what we call an add-on permission. You might. Now, with my home site of tragedy, there was a field with an old house in it that was long gone. And it was by an acquaintance. It was owned by an acquaintance of my permission holder. But I got a no. Or I didn't even get a no. They would get back to me, and then they never did. And I think that if I had talked with the father, I might have gotten somewhere, but I tried to catch him multiple times and I never caught him at home. So, but that's the way it goes. Sometimes you get yes, sometimes you get no's, and you just thank them for their time, hand them a card with your name and phone number, and go on with your day. Be kind. Don't be nasty. You're going to draw more honey with flies. Or wait, what's the saying? I always screw this up. It's better to be positive. It's like when you smile at someone, they can't help but smile. So be kind to people. It is their property. It is their right. It's just like I've been trying to get a permission that belonged to my boy's late dad's family way, way back. They've had my phone number. I've tried going back and asking again. Can't catch anybody at home. I may not get that permission, and it'll be sad if I don't, but it's not the end of the world. So let's see if I missed anybody in the house. Michigan Gems is back. There she is. What in the world? Rob Random says, hey, my grandma was one of those ladies that the Yanks went dancing with in the 40s. Very cool. They used to have dance halls where people could go and dance and didn't have to have a spouse or a partner to go and dance. The ladies would go. That's when they had things like dance cards. Somewhere, not sure offhand, I can't get it right now, but I have some of my great aunt's dance cards. So, let's see. Make donations of framed finds to museums in that certain locale. Now, when I do this, I do it with a stipulation. Like when we get I have this humongous shadow box. It's the biggest one I could find because I keep finding more and more stuff at the home site of tragedy. When it is finished, we will take it to the museum in that area, in that town. And it will be donated under the property owner's name being dug by me. Okay? With the stipulation that it's not to be sold, and that if they're not showing it, displaying it, then it comes back to the owner. Now, it doesn't matter if they have their own form. If you have something, a valuable piece of history, if they really want it, they will agree to your stipulations. Okay. I think Charlie has done this with Stealth Diggers. I believe Dennis DF Digger has done this. So that's another way to save and share history. Now, when you think of it, we can only use so many buckles, buttons, oxen shoes, and more, You can only I'm at a stage in my life I'm trying to get rid of stuff, you know. I mean, yeah, my very first finds, yeah, I keep those. But, you know, when you get a permission and you find a lot of relics, the relics that are common, you know, that you don't that you normally find lots of, make a shadow box for the owner. You know, the small shadow boxes are not expensive. I mean, I think they're $4 or $5, something like that. You've got the relics, make them a shadow box. Build a rapport with your property owners, your permission holders. It will come back to you twofold. Let's see. Now, if you're a supporter of the treasure hunting community, but you don't partake in treasure hunting per se, you can save history too. Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Don't see anybody new. If I've missed you in chat, please don't be offended. It's not intentional. So, and this is really why I wanted Jeremy to be here tonight. And I just heard my phone beep. Where is it? There it is. Black. I can't see it on my desk. What is going on? No, I'm not missing nothing. So, if you are a supporter of our treasure hunting community, but you don't treasure hunt per se, there are things you can do to save and share history. Okay. When, you know, in your general locale, when you drive by an old building that you remember what it was used for, it looks like it's on its last legs, stop and photograph that building. Write down a brief history of what you know about that building. Go online or go to an antique shop. Try to find, well, these are RPPCs, real photo postcards. Like, this is a picture of Twin Oaks, Carp Lake, Michigan. I used to collect real photo postcards. This one isn't a real photo, but it's a rare postcard. Washington Avenue North, Lansing, Michigan. Hey, Joe, look at that one. With the old Model Ts. Main Street in Hamilton, Montana. It's like the 30s and 40s. Try to find a postcard. Google what that establishment was called. And see, go on eBay. If you're not able to get around, and go on eBay and try to find a postcard for that. And that. Here is an aerial view of Keystone School's Naval Training School in Bedford Springs, Pennsylvania. I don't know if it's still there. Maybe it's not there anymore. There you have an aerial view. That's another thing. If you are, you know, if you've got permission, or like in Canada, I think they're in Quebec. Some of the Quebec detectorists, they have areas that used to be military establishments, you know, grounds that they can go. And if you had an aerial view of what it used to look like, boy, would that answer some questions of where to go and detect. Okay. So, you know, like here's private yachts at Williams Bay Docks, Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Gives you an idea of what that used to look like. And you could go and see what it looks like now. Glen City Hotel, Watkins, New York. I tried to find this place. I think it's gone, but I'm not sure. I tried to find that place. I paid $1 for that postcard, and if you can't afford $5 for a shadow box, go into the thrift stores. I found this one for 99 cents. Look, 99 cents for a shadow box, and I just have to clean it up. So I could show you tons of these. I mean, I used to collect real photo postcards of old trains. My best collection, which I did end up selling, it was worth a lot of money, that I just happened upon at a garage sale out in the middle of nowhere in the boondocks. Got a scrapbook filled with train wreck, real photo postcards of train wrecks. Made a small fortune off that. I sold all of them except the ones that were near the towns that I had family in. So, okay, where were we at? I gotta find my list. See who else popped in. We Go Places. Hi, welcome to Digging with Deej. A very cool channel. We Go Places Tours. Check them out. John Southern Exposure. Welcome to Digging with Deej. Wild Pinto, welcome back. Thank you for coming. Still scrolling, see if I've missed anybody else. I don't think so. Okay. So, you see a building that you don't think is going to last much longer, or you know of a piece of property with a home or a building on it, pull over and snap some pictures of it. Walk all the way around it if you can, as long as it doesn't say no trespassing. And then research and try to find old postcards of what it looked like in its heyday. Any history that you know about it, that you know of about that building, write everything you know about it down on a piece of paper. Okay? If you have a YouTube account, you can go and make a video. It doesn't have to be perfect. We all start somewhere. So try not to be so critical of yourself. Now, Jeremy of Finding Alabama is a great example of this. When it is over 100 degrees where he's at and it's too hot to dig, he does road trips called Forgotten Alabama, where he does videos of these forgotten establishments, businesses, homes in Alabama that thankfully he did do this for some of them, because I guess the storms that went through destroyed one or more of those structures and that. But it'll be on YouTube forever. And if anybody is searching for information about that place, you've saved history and shared it with other people. So if you get a chance, check out Jeremy's channel, Finding Alabama. He's been a co-host on and off for the last couple years with me. Right now, he babysits grandkids for his daughter, who is a nurse. He was excited about this one. He wanted to be here, and then he goes, I hate to tell you this. She just called, and she's got to work late. And she won't even get home until 7 o'clock. I said, that's okay. So I said, you got the link if she shows up early. So let's see. Yeah, drones would be handy for that, for sure. You could do that, Rob. You have so many ruins around you and things like that. That would be so cool. Okay, so when door knocking permissions, this is what I do. Okay. Show up and make sure you're presentable and clean. Don't show up from digging another permission. I had to clean myself up before Kay and I door knocked the farmhouse with the summer kitchen chimney out back. Worked real hard at getting the dirt off my pants, tried to make myself look presentable. Okay. With girls, don't go to the door with a hat on. Okay. I just think, how can I describe this? You're less, I'm trying to think of the word. Because I'm a tomboy, but I don't want to appear a tomboy when I come to the door. If that makes sense. So show up presentable and clean. Knock on the door and step back 6 feet or more. Because they don't know who you are. And if you're right there at the door, they may not answer it because they're afraid you're too close. You don't know them, they don't know you. Introduce yourself and ask them about the history of their home or their property. Okay. If they don't know much about it, most of them do, but if they don't know much about it, for instance, they don't know that there was a home site out in the field, which my permission, they knew about it because they kept hitting the parts of the foundation to that house that were destroyed by the tornado. They kept hitting it when they'd make their rounds plowing. So they knew it was there and that. But if they don't know all the history that you know about it and that you've done hopefully you've done your homework before you knock on that door, you can share that information with them. When they ask you what you're looking for, I just tell them, be honest with them. I'm looking for relics. I'm a relic hunter. Yes, we occasionally find coins. I find way more relics than coins. Buttons, suspender clasps, things that tell the story of their lives, things with text that I can research. Be honest, show your passion for saving history. Okay. Be honest with them because I'm sorry, they can spot a faker a mile off. And don't be dishonest. Just don't do it. Then you ask permission to metal detect. And then I explain to them, do not say, I'm going to dig holes in your yard. Say, when I get a good signal on my metal detector, I will cut a flat plug. I'll put a towel down for any dirt I pull out of the hole, and then I'll close it back up, and you won't even be able to tell I've been there. I practice leave no trace detecting. Scott, Dirt Diggers UK in the house. I was just in his live stream earlier this afternoon. Welcome, Scott. Thanks for coming. My name is Mud. Can I dig holes in your yard? Not a good idea, Mud Swat. Let's see, what else? Okay, do not use an aggressive field shovel on a lawn, or they're going to come running out of the house and say, what are you doing? You're not using that in my yard. Okay, use a hand digger or a small precision shovel on lawns. That's what I use. I use it everywhere, but I use a Lesh. It's got a 5-inch blade on it. It's a small precision shovel. Okay. Cheryl Green 47 in my house. Welcome, Cheryl. Welcome back. Very cool. Double check your pinpointing to cut the smallest plug necessary. You don't want to make giant holes in their lawn. If it's in the field, that's one thing. And regardless if you're on the field or in the lawn, you need to fill your holes. Okay? Your plugs. Respect their land, lawn, and the owner. And And I touched on this earlier. Mention the neighbors who you gained permission from. If they're unsure, give them your name and phone number. Thank them for their time. Say feel free to contact so and so. They'll tell you I'm legit. And that be willing to show them whatever you find. Okay. If they say no, thank them for their time. Give them your card with your name and number on it, and move on with a smile. On permissions you receive, be sure to share the history you've learned in paper form and give it to the property owner, or make a small shadow box of relics for them. Now, I prefer farm permissions, and I'll tell you why. Especially farms that have home sites, old home sites that are long gone in the field somewhere. I don't have to deal with the lawn. Okay. Most of the time, farmers they say have at it. They don't care about you digging in their field as long as it's not planted. Okay. And you don't have to get as many permissions when you do farms, because they turn the soil every year. And every time they turn that soil, new treasure gets churned up. So now when you're out door knocking, do your research, get an idea, drive around, get an idea of where you want to door knock, research on old maps to determine how old that property is, and that, so that you're prepared when you go to the door. Now, I had a farm that I approached 2 or 3 years ago that they would not give me permission unless I signed a liability waiver. And I said, well, do you have one? I'll sign it. They said, no, we don't have one. I said, well, I can go to the library, and the librarian will help me print one out, and I'll fill it out and bring it back to you. And we both signed it. And they let me detect their farm like 3 or 4 times in that. So be patient. Don't be afraid. Be yourself. Okay? Just be yourself. Share the passion that you have for saving and sharing history. Okay? The worst thing they can do is say no. Susie Q96 in my house. You better hurry up and get up here, girl. I am really missing having a digging partner. So, okay. On another note, how important is saving your own family history to you? Okay. Do you avoid going to family reunions? Well, maybe you shouldn't. Go to the family gatherings. Talk about your elders that are gone. Share pictures with each other. Just, contact everybody that's going and saying, if you have any old pictures of our family, our ancestors or family members, can you bring them with you so we can photograph each other's pictures, so we can share the history? There is a way that you can go in on your smartphone and rename the picture. The name of the JPEG is usually a bunch of numbers. You can rename that a name. So many times we've lost family members and got all these pictures that they had, and they don't have anything written on them. We have no idea who they are. So then we go to family gatherings and say, do any of these people look familiar to you? And pass them around, trying to identify the people in the pictures. Nick Molnar in my house. Welcome back, Nick. 23. Very cool. What time is it? It's 8:20. Okay. So you can get a handheld tape recorder. Little handheld job. They're like $15 on Amazon. Okay. and sit down and ask your elders questions about their life. Questions to ask. Where were they born? Where did they get married? How did they meet? Them and their spouse. Were they born at home or in a hospital? Were you married at home or in the church? What was your first job you ever had? What was the occupation that you did most of your life? Did you serve your country? Where were your parents born and where are they buried? What were their occupations? Were they immigrants from another country? Um, we already talked about photos of family members. What method of travel did they use? My great aunt lived through everything from horse-drawn carriage to Model T to modern vehicles to airplanes in her lifetime. So it would be interesting to ask them, if they survived, lived through all that. What are your family traditions? Can you think of any family traditions that their mother had that got passed down? Superstitions they may have had, funny superstitions. Favorite recipes that they made on holidays. Who were their siblings, cousins? How did the people meet? How did their parents meet? Things like that. You're saving history and sharing what history you know of with your immediate family, with the rest of the family. Okay? Paul says, my family on my dad's side was a bunch of hillbillies. My dad's family came from Kentucky, originally North Carolina, then to Kentucky. I can find them in New England in the 1600s, and I can find them in North Carolina in the late 1700s. But when it came to the Civil War, my dad's family was divided. That's why it means so much to me that Jackson's taking me this summer to Gettysburg, because they both fought in that battle. Now, this is something that it took a lot of talking and digging, because this is something the family didn't talk much about. But my dad remembered being a little boy, and he went up in the attic of his grandma's house, and he found two trunks, and he opened them up. One had a blue uniform, okay? And I think he said the other one was gray or brown. I forget what color the other uniform was, but he found a Confederate uniform and a Union uniform in two different trunks in his grandmother's attic, and she whipped his butt with a switch. He was not to ever go up there again. No one knows what happened to that stuff. No one in the family knows what happened to it. For all we know, it's still in the attic of that house, if it's still standing. I don't know. But it's stories like that. Something that was never told to me when I became the family historian on my mom's side of the family. Of course, then I wanted to research my dad's. I was 19 years old. My boy's dad would say, drive down to Illinois, see what you can find out. I'll take care of the kids, So I would go down there. And it wasn't until after many of these people had passed, no one ever told me that part of our family was mostly women of color, okay, that married into my dad's family. I remember researching my mom's side, the Bigelow family of New England, and I think they branched out just maybe Virginia or the Carolinas. I can't remember for sure. There's so many in my mom's side that the man of the plantation had children with his slaves. And he went so far as having them baptized at his church. He was one of the slave owners he was kinder to his slaves than most, but slavery is slavery, you know? So, but my mom was appalled. She didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. and that. And yet, the family on my dad's side never told me that we had women of color that married into the family in Illinois. So, and I bet you that was a hard thing back in the day. We're talking thinking like 40s to 70s, maybe, or 60s. And no one ever said a word to me about it. And I just happenstance, to meet another genealogist online that had information about my family. And she says, I don't want to shock you, but part of the family are people of color. I said, that's fine. You know, you can't help who you love, folks. And but it had to have been hard in that time because it's somewhat hard now to have a mixed marriage. Can you imagine what it was like back then? So you don't know until you start sharing the information you have with family members for them to share back. Okay? Okay, Cheryl Green says, my grandmother came from Blackburn. That's why you will find me in Secret Blackburn's channel showing me history from there. Secret Blackburn, let's see, he's doing a live stream. He live streams early in the morning in the US because they're in the United Kingdom or in England. Okay. And he goes on walks, and you usually see a stream or a waterfall. He goes on walks. And it's a great place to meet other channels. And I love it because I still get to see parts of England because I really loved it over there. And that's what she's talking about. Now, Secret Blackburn, it's 10:40 England time and 5:40 in the morning US time. Okay? So if you can't sleep or you wake up early, check out Secret Blackburn on YouTube. And then after him is Shaz73, and she does walks as well and takes her pups on walks, or she goes on walks herself. She has a Victorian dump that she visits. Check out those two channels. And then let's see, what else have we got going here? So tonight, Jersey History Hunter, Audra and Bobby are your hosts at 7 p.m. tonight. And they're going to be discussing Dig It Dude, the gathering. It's a gathering of about 100 of us friends in New Jersey the last weekend of August. Then next in line at 8 o'clock is Flash in Your Pan, Ed and Jesse. Their special guest is Jim McIntyre of Cottonwoods Trails Gold Camp. So that should be an interesting live stream. 9 o'clock, Papa Rouse, What's in the Dirt? Bill, who's in the chat, goes live at 9 o'clock. Let's see, 10 o'clock p.m. tonight. This is another channel that it's a great place to meet other creators from all over the world. It is a drama-free place to meet and make friends. Sheena's Ketovore Life. She's doing a vintage jewelry, bits and baubles, and crystals sale tonight at 10 o'clock p.m. Sheena's Ketovore Life. Okay, then Wednesday, you have Team Lynch BMD. Their premiere is usually at 6:30. Well, 5:40 a.m. is Secret Blackburn first. Then Team Lynch Beach Metal Detectorists, who I got to meet at the event last weekend. They usually have their premiere at 6:30. 7 p.m. is Bobby Underground Buddha. Thursday night, Audra has her weekly video at 6:15 p.m. After Audra is, let's see, Can You Dig It, Dawn and Shelley have their live stream at 7 p.m. Then Mark the Berg Hunter and Marty's Nuts About Digging do a collaboration live stream on both their channels at 8 p.m. I did not see anything scheduled for this week. I don't know. Hi, Queen Nessie. Welcome. Hi, Abandoned Forgotten Whales. Is this part of a raid? There's Great Finds. Welcome back. Abandoned and Forgotten Whales has some interesting exploration videos. Check them out. Very cool, Great Finds. Congratulations. See if I missed anybody else that popped in here. Okay. Last week they had a twofold topic. They had two questions. Do you really need the latest detector? And the other question was, while detecting, have you ever stepped in a cow patty? So he usually has a fun topic to discuss. But if for some reason he doesn't go live, the guys don't go live this week, I don't know if they are. Hi, William. Welcome back. That was a fun live stream. It was very funny. All right, where are we? Friday, 10 a.m. Johnson Family Adventures, who's in the house, do their live stream. My premiere is at 6 o'clock. Then you have a choice of 3 now at 7 p.m. Mallyman 24 does his weekly video, straight up metal detecting tripwire or treasure hunting with Swifty. I thought Swifty was just doing it Friday night because it was a holiday, but for some reason he's chosen a time that several other people have that slot, but that's okay. So you have a choice of those 3 on Friday night. 8 o'clock is American Woodland Relics and Rivendell Coins and Antiquities. Had a fabulous show the last week. Check it out. I don't know if they're streaming this weekend or not. I haven't seen anything pop up in my notifications yet. Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Dark Knight Detectorist. 6:45 Main Dirt Sweepas. 7 p.m. DF Digger. Which you caught me off guard, Dennis. You started early last week, last Saturday, and I missed it and I had to rewatch it. 7:15 Madison, Maine. 7:30 Mallyman 24 has his $50 hunt. 8 p.m. Clark's Cove Detecting. 9 p.m. JP Lawns and more. Sunday, Park Rat Metal. I can't even read my own writing. Park Rat Pat has his live stream. He and Swifty are your hosts. It's the early show at 7:30 a.m. Then you have Rob FL Thunder at 9 o'clock, Coffee with Liz at 10, Mayor Videos at 11:30. Steve, Starry's Lost and Found. I don't know if this is your weekend. He's doing every other weekend at 2 o'clock. Steve's having his stream. I'm not sure if that's this weekend or not. I wasn't here last weekend, so I didn't have a chance to see. 5 p.m. Sometimes Finding Goodies. They just put out a part 1 and a part 2 of their trip to Snake River. Check it out. 7 p.m. The Asylum with Mark Miller is supposed to start around 7. He said that was going to start after February. I don't know that he's doing that, but just in case. Monday, 10 a.m. Johnson Family Adventures, metal detecting with. Then you have the Monday Night Digs crew. Okay, it's different every week. You need to go to Ohio River History and check. Shane puts up an itinerary on his community page. Last night, I was running around trying to find the doggone light bulb, the right size, that goes underneath the microwave, because we use that as a nightlight because we have a beast living with us that likes to trip you in the dark. So I have to have the kitchen somewhat lit so we can see him if he's laying there, so we don't fall over him. I went to like 7 stores before I finally found it. So I missed a lot of the hashtag Monday Digs crew. I did watch Practical Ken, Ohio River History, We Dig It, Totally Gnarly Treasure. Guess who is back doing videos? Excuse me. He's been gone for a while. From Canada. Jersh's Metal Detecting is back, you guys. You got to check it out. He's just doing short 1, 2, 3 minute long videos. But check it out. Tell him he was missed. Encourage him. I'm glad he's back. That guy finds so much silver. Always did, and is still finding it now. I did watch Jeff's Obsessions, Tracy's Treasures, and Creek Geek. They both put up videos on the event last weekend. Then 8 p.m. on Spreaker.com is Gypsy and Amanda Digger-Degaz, where they host a podcast called Treasure Vortex. They did not have the podcast last night, but Gypsy did go live on YouTube. So if you missed her, check it out. And I think that's it for tonight. Now, I'm going to try to do this real quick. Oh, shoot. I wanted to share something first. Okay, so I have 2 channels I'm shouting out. I'm going to share. Let's see, present. Share screen. The first one is this one. It's called Generations Found. Check this channel out. She has got they've got some fabulous videos, and they're different pieces of history. This channel acknowledges people who have been mostly forgotten or whose stories need to be told. In addition, we feature some graves and tombs of famous and infamous people and associated events. We also specialize in family history and genealogy, and will take you through our family history journey, give you some tutorials on how you can investigate your own family history. So please check these people out. They've got some great content, do some good editing. Check them out. The next one, stop sharing this one. Okay, let's see. The next one I want to share screen, is this channel, The Sandy and Todd Show. And she just did this one right here, Westminster Burial Ground. This is in Baltimore, Maryland. And if you want to hear some history about Edgar Allan Poe, check that out. Check out her channel. Make sure you leave a comment. These are podcasts. Occasionally they will do a video, but most of these are podcasts. Okay? Be sure to check them out, please. So we're going to stop sharing those. Okay. Hi, Kane. Kane, who used to be called Kane Beeping in my house. Oh, M.A. Lyman 24 in my house. Dave Hart acousticized. I got to meet at the event last weekend. Very cool. Okay, we're going to quick do a giveaway. Okay, put hashtag history, small case letters in the chat. Let me share this. Share a screen. I'm not going to take the time to show you the stickers. Okay, giveaway tool, share. Because we don't have enough time left. I want to get done quick. Okay, the first one we're giving away is a mixture of, where is it? Stickers of people that were at Come Out Swinging. Okay, the event. So if you can see this, do hashtag history in small case letters in the chat. I will mail these anywhere in the world. Okay, you got a pretty good chance because how many are in the house? Let's see. We have 23 in the house. So you got a 1 in 23. Well, you're going to have a 2 in 23 chance because the first packet I'm giving away is stickers of attendees of the Come Out Swinging event. The next sticker pack is stickers that have been sent to me by kind friends that I'm promoting their channels and giving their stickers away. And they've been kind enough to mail them to me. Mayor Videos in my house. Thank you so much. Welcome back, Marlon. Okay, so let's go back to the giveaway tool. So let's see how many comments we got. Hashtag history in the chat, folks. We've got 18 out of 23. That's pretty good. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody. Marty is nuts about digging. Yay! Woo! Congratulations, Marty. Woo! I think I have your address, but just in case, email it to me, please, at defleur1121@hotmail.com. In fact, I will stick the banner up right there with my email address. Congratulations, Marty. Go back to comments. Okay, we're going to quick draw the other one. Okay, I'll mail it anywhere in the world. Okay, go back into this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can only win once, folks. And we've got 20 entries. Go. Frederick Romano. Woo! Congratulations. Frederick, email me your mailing address, please, in case I don't have it. So, everybody, I think I just heard A&W walk through the door for dinner. Tonight's Coney night. I'm going to quick scarf down my dinner, and I'll meet you over at Jersey History Hunters. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you to the several channels who shouted out my live stream for tonight. I appreciate your help so much. If you enjoyed or found value in the information that I shared with you on the live stream, hi, Ronald. Oop, it just jumped. Hi, Ronald. Thank you for coming. Welcome back. Please give me a thumbs up. Please share out my live stream. It would help my channel very much. And thank you to my members, my moderators, my subscribers. I appreciate you all very, very much. So have a great week. I hope you all have good weather like we do here. I'm going to be out detecting tomorrow. I already let one of my permissions know that I was going to be heading their way tomorrow. So with the new machine to try, the F44. So thank you so much. And I'll see you Friday. I'll see you over at Audra's first, though. Good night.